Hello, everyone.
Hi, friends.
We're here. We're doing a thing. Oh, I muted the desktop audio. Almost. I almost got all of it. We were both unmuted. The music wasn't unmuted.
Oh, that's cool. Okay, well, at least that
The
part we
important
can.
things were unmuted.
Yeah, there we go. Happy Wednesday.
It's
Root Day.
Wednesday.
It's Root Day. We're gonna be able to play episode 1 of Root. If you missed our session 0, first of all, highly recommend. We had a really fun time making all our characters, but tonight we will be bringing Barry, Cricket, and Bitsy to life, which is super fun. By the way, we have no idea what Ryan has planned. He has shared absolutely nothing. And it's also why we don't have Streamloots cards yet, because we have not figured out anything about the story.
We're
So we
doing a
have no clue
push
what to make.
getting art done.
Yeah.
So Streamloots cards will start next week.
Yes, they will.
Because now that
I
we
promise
have
they will.
art done, we're going to talk to Ryan about what he wants
What he
to
would like.
incorporate. So, yeah. I am just here. That's about all I got right now. It's
been a long week.
It's been a long week. It's been a hell of a day. I'm so sleepy and just mentally exhausted, but we're here. And I'm going to get to just disassociate while I play a little fox. So that's what's going on. We will be back Monday for Muppets.
Yep.
We don't have any lake stuff this week, but there is lake, which I'm actually really excited to watch it. I'm so excited. Over on Femme Gamer Party. It's Zella and Roxy's Excellent Adventure.
Yeah. So Megan and Diana's night for their special thing. And I'm so excited for you all to see who's guesting. It's gonna be so good. They've announced Adam already, but I don't think the other person.
No, they haven't announced the other guest star.
It's worth everything and more.
It's so good.
Please.
But we will be on Femme Gamer Party on Sunday.
We sure will be. It's Thirsty Sword Lesbians for charity, everybody.
Lesbians. Thirsty for Rain.
Thirsty for Rain, which is for the charity Rain. They're like a crisis center for sexual assault and things of said nature. And we are playing 3 different one-shots, all playing the same characters in sort of different situations. Last week was a heist. If you are at all interested in that,
Ocean's 8 style Met Gala
Ocean's
heist.
Ocean's 8 at the Meta Gala, and it was a ton of fun. We have 2 more stories left, but even we don't know what order we're doing them in until within the day before the show or something like that. So who knows what we walk into this week? We certainly don't. But you should come hang out anyways, because they're all very
anything
fun
like last week. It's gonna be pure chaos.
There will be lots of flirting happening, even if Cher will be the one leading the charge in flirting. And it will be
I don't know. I think Samberg might be leading the charge in flirting.
That's fair.
Samberg has leaned hard into her character, and it's great. Like our Discord looks like
in the Roll20 chat.
Like it looks like an RPing server.
Yeah.
Like, so far all of the discussion has been in everyone's characters.
Yeah.
And it's so ridiculous. It's so good.
Amazing to witness. So if you want to come watch that, please feel free to come watch. Thirsty Sword Lesbian is one of our favorite games. We happen to own it. We do love it so much. It's the home game that I'm getting ready to run for some people, and now we're doing it for charity. And they've got a Tiltify that you can donate to, or you can buy Streamloots cards. And that also all goes to charity. So with that, I believe we're good to play the trailer?
Yep.
Yes.
All right, cool. We will be right back.
Woo!
live.
Yo.
Yay, we're back.
Yay.
Talking about tornadoes.
Yep.
I remember when I first came here, I was like 6, and I was like,
I always forget.
wait, what's a tornado?
From
like, what? The air does
Midwest.
what? That's horrifying.
Yeah, it's
what?
Like, the more friends I've made who live outside of the Midwest or who are not innately from the Midwest, and they're always like, my house has a basement, and I'm like, cool. And they're like, I'm like, this is an everyday thing. Like, I'm used to basements.
Yeah.
Like, I love it. And like, the Midwesterner in me is like, I will not be in a house without a basement.
Yeah,
like, I won't do it.
Yeah. I also had a basement growing up for flooding and the like, and it just, or not flooding, for lovely storms and the
Even
like. And
the apartment I had for 5 years, I was like, we had a
Oh,
basement.
you had a basement.
And I was like,
that's fair.
Really
Sweet.
cool.
There was a basement. I remember going down into that basement a couple of times.
Yeah. It was
always
the
just
serial
felt
killer
so weird.
basement.
It was.
I grew up on the coast.
Can't
You
relate.
don't have a basement. If you had a basement,
That's
you would
fair.
actually have an indoor pool
That is fair.
because swamp.
Yeah.
But we had an attic. They don't really have attics here much in Minnesota.
We had
Yeah, that's kind of a
Nope.
lost
Basement.
thing.
We had a
I want
big attic in the first house that we lived in when I was little. And then the house that my mom's in now, like, there's like a space where you can open it, or if you like want to just kind of put things in there, you can, but it's not like a get in the attic kind of attic. I
Yeah,
miss
ours
attics.
was for insulation.
Hopefully no one got hit by the storms. I know it wasn't just Indiana. It was
Yes.
like all over the Midwest.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
everybody stay safe.
Apparently it's like icing now in some places.
Gross.
Like, cool, it's April.
Yeah.
Yep, we got tons of
stuff.
snow and we got some hail, but
Oh,
we didn't have any problems.
Well, it's 85 here. You can take some of our weather. It's too hot.
Did anyone else see the TikTok of the person, the woman who was getting hail and like one daffodil had bloomed? And she was like, oh no, it's not his time. And then people started taking that video and putting like my last ounce of dopamine or like my last bit of serotonin. No, they just came here. It's not their time. So good.
if I remember right, what to do in tornado is like,
Room with
okay,
no
if
windows.
you're outside, get to a low point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Lowest
stay
point.
away from windows.
No windows. Door
Get in like a
frames-
central room,
door frames
closet,
are
stuff
for,
like that if you can.
uh,
Structurally
yeah,
strong points is where you want to be.
Earthquakes. Yeah. Or closet,
Yeah.
because closets are usually all like
Mhm.
surrounded indoors.
Bathrooms usually are too.
Yeah.
What a lovely way to start the episode. Tornado
Right.
Look,
education.
safety. It's important. The weather
It
is
is.
insane. The earth is burning.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Yeah,
All right, well,
I was
how about
always.
a flood safety tip too then?
That's fair.
Yeah. hit it.
Even if the water is not very high, don't go in it.
Don't do it.
You think it's safe, it's not
That's a
safe.
solid one.
You have no idea what's in the water. You have no idea if there's metal shrapnel. You have no idea if there's a live wire that's loose now somewhere in the water. You don't know if there's
do it.
like bacteria. You don't know. You have no idea. Even if you're like, oh, this isn't that much water. It's not that bad.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
I was always terrified.
Also, if it's moving water and you think you can drive across it,
no.
you can't.
You cannot. No.
I was always paranoid that I was going to be outside during a tornado. I don't know why. But like when I was little, I was like, we're going to be driving and there's going to be a tornado and we're going to have to find a ditch or we're going to have to find an overpass. And I was like, oh, the things you thought were going to be a bigger issue
Quicksand.
Yeah,
in
like
your life.
quicksand?
Like quicksand. There
Lava?
should be quicksand everywhere.
Yeah. Nothing.
Maybe there
You
is.
know what? You know what
There
you
must
actually
be.
worry about? Bills, taxes.
True.
Like
So quicksand.
Yeah,
Quicksand.
quicksand.
Very true.
Financial
the
quicksand.
metaphorical quicksand. Really, the children's shows were teaching us correctly all along. It was just that they were teaching us in a metaphorical sense.
They're like, they'll get it later. It'll apply.
Yeah, you'll get it when you grow up, children. But for right now, be scared of real, actual quicksand.
So this is why we play cozy games like this.
This is why we play games.
Don't have
because I know what to do with quicksand, so I'm ready for it.
Yeah.
Why isn't there more quicksand in TTRPGs?
Honestly, who knows?
Is it because we'd all be super prepared for the situation, so they're like, they don't need to roleplay that?
Yeah. They're like, nah.
They've already planned it out.
Exactly.
I can only hope.
All right, what are we doing today? We're doing the things.
We're doing the thing. Hey, Ryan, what are we doing? You planned this.
So, plan is an intense word that I don't appreciate.
You lightly...
You
made
are the
an
one
outline.
You made a map.
Give me the vibes.
I did. No, I know some stuff, but the book it emphasized a different style, which is like, its root is a game about seeing what happens. So it's not like, don't really plan a plot, you know? I mean, have some ideas, but you don't have to be like
That's
rigid.
Fair.
So I'm trying to not
the way
be so
we both
rigid.
optimally GM, you mean?
True.
That thing?
We all push stories off the rails anyway.
So we came up last time that the three of you had been together for a bit, and I said we'd start in Patchwood,
yes,
which is where we shall start. The three of you are arriving from the south, coming from a trip out of Wind Gap Refuge, where the Woodland Alliance base is, since you had said most of you are probably the coolest with the Alliance faction overall. The trip took a while. It looks like a straight path on the map, but that's mostly for, simplification. You're going through the woods, over hills, through creeks. It gets muddy, it gets dirty, it gets tiring. So three of you arrive a little beat up, a little muddy, into Patchwood, which is, I think I discussed it a little bit last time, but it's a clearing that's not so much a clearing as it is like a less dense portion of the wood. And a lot of it is filled with, most of the structures are up in hills where you can get around with rope bridges and zip lines. The forest floor between the trees, a lot of it is taken up with wildflowers and what look like just jumped up versions of like small home gardens, like densely packed with all kinds of different fruits and veggies that people are growing. You can see that there's definitely some signs of recent conflict. Some of the trees have like rings of burnt out ground around them, like they've been burnt to like starve people out of the structures in the trees. Or you can see patches of ground that are that have been burnt out to like destroy crops. And as you come out of the clearing, there's not so much a guard, but there are some people nearby who are kind of wary. It's mostly mousefolk here, but there's all sorts. Squirrels, even some cats here and there. Everything you can imagine. Currently, Patchwood is under Erie control, and there is some strong sympathy for the Woodland Alliance here. In fact, what you can see is a small group of young folks who are tending to some of the farms, just like tilling the burnt earth, trying to plant seeds. As you come into the clearing, you can see them. What do you want to do? Where do you want to go?
Should we introduce ourselves first?
Oh yeah, we should probably do that.
You sure can.
Cricket would probably make her way to the farmers in the fields. And you see Cricket, and she's this little fox, and she's in these like blue coveralls, and she's got this big, just ridiculous tool belt that's got like all of these different little pouches and pockets, and all of these things are all stuffed in it. And she's got these big brown goggles on her on her forehead. Um, oh, you're okay. We're just now starting Starger. You're good.
Yeah, you're fine.
And she would make her way out to the fields. Um, why did why did a Midwestern accent almost just come out of my mouth?
Hey, do
Because we've
it.
been
Stick
talking
with
about
it.
It's the
That's
only
a
thing in my
character
brain
choice.
right now.
That's a character choice.
Well,
Do
you
it.
betcha.
Oh
Now
yeah,
it's-
you
now-
know.
Now it's stuck. That's what Cricket
that's what
sounds
it's
like.
gonna be now. Oh, I
Yep.
hate that.
Yep.
But she's gonna make her way out to the farmers, and she's gonna say, "Hey guys, is that irrigation I set up still working for ya?" I hate
Oh,
this.
So much.
this is what you've done.
I hate it so
Yep.
much.
Put this on yourself.
Oh, hey, yeah, it's working pretty good. Coming down out of the trees just fine, and watering the crops. You know where they're still at. A lot of the bees are doing great. The flowers are good. Everything's great. Thank you.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. If you need me to fix anything, you let me know.
Got it. Good to see you.
And she'll probably make her way home or wherever. It's mostly mouse folk. So I guess there's like, I'm assuming she made some kind of home like outside of, oh, Mama Cat, you know, I make the best casserole. You just stick it in the oven for a few minutes. But she would probably make her way to her home. I'm assuming it would be more on the outskirts of where everyone else is because it would have to be a little bit bigger. And she would probably try and take a bath because she tries to stay as clean as she can. But it also sometimes slips her mind. So she has to try and be diligent about it.
Imagine you have like a big rain catch barrel.
Yeah. And she's 100% neurodivergent, so like she tries to act on what comes in her brain when it does, because if she doesn't, she'll forget about it. So she probably just got back, was talking about irrigation. She was like, water, shower. I need a shower. So that's what she goes to take off to do.
I feel like your house would have like instead of like just a ladder or like a rope ladder, you'd have like a pulley system.
Yeah, like it's
you've got a rope
just
that's over a pulley and
all
it's set
little
on like
things,
this.
and like I like to think she
disc.
has like the little root version of like the like space saving furniture, so like her bed's actually like a movie bed that she puts up, and like everything fits in different spots. But mainly she does it so she can use the bigger space of her room as like a workspace when it's too like the weather's too bad. She'll just pop everything up, and then she's got a workroom in her house.
Right on.
I think that Barry, you see Barry sitting on the ground with like scrolls and stuff spread out around her. There's a big yellow book right in front of her, and she's writing things down, but not just in one place. She's like jumping from scroll to scroll to the book to another scroll, like putting different thoughts in different places. Kind of watching all of the farmers work and like documenting like what they do and how they do it and like why it's important to this area and things like that. And as you see her work, she is a small little pika. She's very fluffy. If you do not know what a pika is, it is somewhere kind of between a rabbit and a mouse. And they're very cute. They very much resemble a rabbit, except for instead of like long ears, they've got little short round ears. And she is just kind of doing her best. She's got like a little pink dress on and a bandana that has little like seed looking things, like it's supposed to be a strawberry bandana. And it's got her name like embroidered on it. She carries a big green bag and then like has this sort of what looks like a quiver for arrows. And she does have some arrows in it, but like there are scrolls interspersed with those arrows. So it's kind of become a catch all for all of her stuff. and she is literally just like, her goal is to document the forest as well as she can to provide its history for the future, animals that live here. So that's all she wants to do, and unless she has a reason to go do something else, all she will do for her whole life is just sit and observe and write.
Love it.
All right. So I think we go back to the field that Cricket was just talking about, the farmers,
Mhm.
and sort of in the dirt, kind of popped up out of nowhere. There is now a very small bat with very large, round glasses, desperately trying to explain to the farmer that this is actually the bees' field.
Well,
And you see, it's very important that you water the plants for the bees, and I'm so thankful that you are taking care of them for the bees for them, but it's not your flowers, you see. This the bees' flowers. So you should not harvest them until the bees are done with the flowers, because they're not yours. And she's just going, and it's an argument back and forth, and she's desperately trying to explain.
Oh, bless her heart.
I feel like the farmer's like mostly agreeing, but like you're so passionate about it. He's like, yeah, I mean, they help, they pollinate all the crops and everything. Like, we do take good care of them. They help. They're our allies in this, but like, we won't. Okay,
Well,
yeah,
you see,
it's,
they're
it's
not
okay.
just your allies. It's the thing is that these are your superiors. They own the fields that you work in. So you really should show them more respect than what you are getting.
They're your
They're your
superiors.
superiors.
I love just going for it.
It's not my supervisor.
Barry, like sitting on the ground, hears Bitsy say that they're your superiors, and she goes to another scroll and writes it down, like writes that down, and then you see at the top of the scroll that this is just like information from Bitsy, like it is just your scroll.
You're
that
documenting the jeweled
the jeweled
monarchy.
It's obviously going to become a very important part of history. Like, as much as Barry has been learning from Bitsy, there's no reason for her to believe that it's not going to be a part of history at some point. So she's like, well, I need to get all the information from the ground up. And their very first follower is Bitsy. So I have to make sure that I'm getting everything about this new government we will one day have.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Love it.
Bitsy is wearing uh, a a sort of oversized, almost fur-looking cloak that has like moth wing patterns all over it, and the cloak itself is moth-eaten, and she seems to wear that like it's a point of pride that these moths have chosen her coat to snack on. And she has this really big, ostentatious, does not match anything else that she's wearing because most everything else is kind of drab and plain and dirty, and those came together to make the word drain.
Look, I get it.
But she's got this huge necklace that's made out of beetle wings, like the iridescent green blue kind. So they kind of chainmail over each other to this big, like right under her little neck floof, that just kind of glints and shines in the sun when she moves.
I love it.
Yes, moths do have notoriously good taste. Well, anybody could tell you that. Of course, they have fantastic taste. Oh no. I started as Bartholomew. This is going to turn into Jester, isn't it?
Maybe.
We'll find out.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
There's a fine line.
The evolution of accents is always so fun. See what happens.
Whenever Cricket comes back, she'd be in an identical jumpsuit, and all of her jumpsuits have her name embroidered on them.
That's fantastic.
Barry did all of
Just
the
wearing, like, a
embroidery, by the
tracksuit.
way. Like, she took it one day as she was like listening to people talk about history, and it's the only time that you've seen her not write while she listens to people talk because she was embroidering your jumpsuits.
I mean, she came from a city, which I think is great. So like, if she ever saw like mechanics or things like that, she'd see their jumpsuits,
Yeah,
and she was like, "Oh, I have to have my name.
Yeah.
I have to put it on there."
I think Bitsy would have been, or Barry would have been fascinated by the talk of the city. Would have been like, "Is that a thing?" Which is also why her bandana has her name on it, because she heard you talk about
You're
it once,
supposed to
and
wear
you were
your
like,
name on your clothes.
"Oh, like you're supposed to wear your name on you." So people, that makes so much sense to
Yeah.
me. And so she embroidered all your jumpsuits. If there was anything Bitsy wanted embroidered, she absolutely would have done that too. As she heard like all of the tales of whatever the city is, because she obviously has not been.
I think she
has
probably
never.
asked you for help with the moth cloak, like
Yes.
making the pattern. But
I love that. I absolutely would have loved to help make the moth cloak. It's like the only thing Barry does besides write is sew. That's it. She's got 2 good hobbies. That's it.
But she will have come back, and she'll have a notebook out, and she'll be like making notes and then erasing them, and then like making more notes as she's coming back, planning some new machine contraption, something of the like that she had a thought of when she was having a shower, because shower thoughts.
That's where you get most of your ideas.
Yeah.
Honestly,
yeah.
yes.
Shower thoughts. Yeah.
You know how much of everyone's forgotten I planned in the shower? A lot.
I come up with so many things in the shower.
I can see you with like shower markers.
Yeah.
With like a
I need shower markers
board on the shower wall.
I need one.
There's just,
I just
like
hope I
blueprint
remember
designs
everything
all
and
over
then I
her
never do.
walls.
Absolutely.
She's like, "It's fine. I'll just sand it down, and then I can draw new ones."
That works.
Yeah.
Not too far away from there is another loose group of Alliance folks wearing their familiar, like, kind of bright green clothing of various types. Sometimes it's a hat, sometimes it's a vest. A lot of them have a little pin of like a fist raised, but not all. It's not really so much a uniform as it is like a fashion, I guess you could say. And overwhelmingly, they're pretty young people. These though are surrounding a tree, like one of the bigger trees in the area. Some of them holding like rudimentary weapons like clubs, and some have signs with like various messages on them, and they're currently like stomping around the tree.
Oh no.
Shouting like, "Birds, fly away home."
I love it.
You can see up above a big like vulture looking bird stick its head out of one of the windows and give like a and retreat back inside.
Did you guys know that Fantasy Name Generators has an invention name generator?
Oh no.
Oh no, what happened?
how
What
does
happened?
that work?
You froze
Yeah.
and then you went away.
I can't hear
Oh
you.
no.
You guys are on
I
the
hear
same
you, but I
internet. How
don't
do
hear
you?
I don't know.
This is not good.
Computer broke?
Maybe.
What happened?
Uh-oh.
This is not great.
She's working on figuring it out.
Hold on.
I think we're still live though,
I
so
think
We
it
are.
is.
yeah.
Looks like it.
I'm
This is
reloading
our
Video
stream.
Ninja.
Welcome to it.
So Bitsy, I mean,
This is
come on.
not great.
She's always down for a good picketing. So I think out of the cloak comes some signs of her own. That's like,
Just pull a protest sign out.
yeah. She just keeps them on
We
her,
have to make a new thing.
and it's like in bright blue and green sort of paint is like a picture of a beetle, and then like the greater than sign, and then like a bird head that's like a like looks really dumb and is like has stinky lines coming off of it.
That's fantastic.
And she's like, "Oh yes, who are we picketing? Let's yes."
Very like looks through her scrolls again and just finds like one singular one. There are only 2 words written on it, just 2. She keeps this one plain, just like this, in case she doesn't need a sign, because she's not really here to make real signs, but she does have this scroll. And so she just holds it up like high above her head and will look at Bitsy and go, this is the right one, right? And all you just read it and it says fuck birds.
Bitsy's like gets right up on it with her giant Coke bottle glasses. Yes, that's always the one that we need. Yes.
Okay, good. Just making sure I'm not I'm like usually the one like documenting history, but like this is one that I feel very passionately about because fuck birds. Just those birds though, like not like the denizen birds. The denizen birds are cool, but like I've talked to a lot of the denizen birds and they all know that when I say fuck birds, I mean fuck those birds.
Oh.
Just like
it's
specific.
Completely different, obviously. Anyway, yes, let's go. Who are we? No, be careful around the roots because you don't want to step on any worms while we're in here doing.
Yeah. Step carefully and see her like try to pack up all of the rest. Always looks like at any second they will all roll. Each second they will die. Her book though goes in her green bag. That one is like there's no place in the makeshift quiver scroll for
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. I had to leave, so it kicked me out of the director position. So now I don't have a way to port my stuff into the stream. So, give us just 1 second. I'm gonna pop us to a break scene. I don't even know if they can hear me.
I don't either, but I'm gonna repeat it anyway. Just so you guys know, we're gonna go to a break really quick.
Oh yeah, good. You can hear me. I'm glad that you guys got all to hear all of the fucks.
Good.
That was the most important part. I'm gonna.
Yeah, I was gonna say
We knew
couldn't.
that
You guys
part.
couldn't, but they could because
Oh,
my
well,
mic's parked in straight to the stream. You guys get my sound through Video Ninja, so you're welcome.
Fantastic. She was backing up my fuck birds. Don't worry. It was
I'm
in
gonna pop
support.
us on the break scene. I'm gonna get us into a new video chat room and get us re-uploaded. So we'll be right back. Okay, bye.
Bye.
And we're back, I think.
Hello.
Oh,
like
that's
I
why
see
it's
us
not
on the
doing
screen.
anything. Okay, cool.
Yay, we fixed it. And by that I mean Kylie fixed it.
Yay.
It's fine.
We did it.
We did it.
Everybody did it.
So I said fuck birds, and that's the last thing I remember.
What happened before the fuck birds?
There were people protesting.
Okay.
Yeah, they're like picketing around the base of a tree where there's clearly some kind of eerie treehouse.
Okay. That mean little vulture dude popped his head out, and so I found my scroll that said "fuck birds" that I saved for this type of occasion.
Do you have one for every faction, or is it just the birds?
No, just this one. No,
I like it's the only one you need.
Yeah. So far, I like either really get along with the other ones, or I feel like just very neutral. I have enough scrolls to where I could make a fuck you for all of them, but for right now, it's just
So Bitsy's gonna walk up to the front with her sign, and she's just going to ask someone around her, because she can't see who's up there, right? Like her vision is bad. She's just holding up her sign like, hell yeah. So who are we picketing? What's this?
So you see, well, you don't see so much as she's there. There's a young squirrel, like are they brown or red? I guess a brown squirrel. Is a red squirrel a thing?
Mm-hmm.
Yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
As are black squirrels and white squirrels.
What? I did not know that. Holy shit. The world is more magical.
All the squirrels.
Yeah. Black squirrels were my favorite.
Black and white squirrels? That's awesome.
Yeah. There were squirrels all over my university's campus, and most of them were like just pure black squirrels, and they were my favorite.
Nice.
They would come hang out in front of my dorm.
So, there's a big brown squirrel with a big bushy, well, she's not that big. She's kind of small, kind of young looking, but she has a big bushy tail, which is probably mostly what you make out. And she's carrying over her shoulder a kind of nicked old sword, just kind of carrying it relaxed as she's stomping around and chanting. And she stops to look at you, and you can see like the nearest few people behind her stop as well. So maybe she's some kind of leader, who knows. She says, "We're protesting Count Goshawk. He's here from the Eyrie, and we want him out. We don't want the war here. They took over, and they've done nothing."
Cricket's just gonna kind of like pop her little head up while she's talking. She's like, hold on a minute. And she's like, I have something for this. Hold on. And she's gonna like pull out this, essentially what is like a megaphone.
Yes.
But she's gonna say, this is my newest invention, okay? It's called the Extended Idea Inducer, and it's just, you just hold it up, and then you talk. Just try it. And then she's gonna go back in the crowd.
She's not holding a sign, so she'll take it with her other hand and like, birds go, and it's like way louder. She's like, oh, like overjoyed with this, and just starts like renewed stomping heavily.
She's gonna
around
just
the
like
tree.
write notes about it back in her little notebook about how it goes.
And Barry is behind Cricket, also writing notes, but like about a historic moment in time where this is the first time this invention is being used, and it's like during a protest, and like this is gonna be in the history book, so I have to take all the notes. So you just like can very barely see Barry peeking out from around Cricket, writing things very quickly.
Cricket will pull out a loose sheet, and she goes, "Oh, here, I made you a copy," and it's the blueprint. She tries to make you copies of all of her blueprints so that you can put them in your book.
Thanks, Cricket. This is gonna be so good. I've got like a whole section dedicated to just your inventions. It's gonna be so good, and I'm writing down when they're all being used for the first time, and like if you make any changes to any of them, and like how much people like appreciate it, like getting quotes from people on how much it's like changed their lives. It's so good. It's like a whole section. It's gonna be so cool.
It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
And as she's marching off shouting, this squirrel like picks up her sword off her shoulder and like waves it enthusiastically at you. as like a thanks. She's still like screaming into this.
Just
And
thumbs
I
up.
would say for you, go ahead and mark a prestige with the alliance,
Yeah.
which I think takes you up to 1, doesn't it? Don't you already have 2?
I think
Or
so.
am I high?
I have 2 with the Denzians.
Oh, denizens. Yeah. Okay. Still, either way.
Yay! I'm so excited.
Excellent. Let's see.
So, Bitsy, I mean, this is a great party and all, but I think we could take it up a little bit of a notch also.
Oh no.
Let's escalate.
Let's escalate. Tell them you mean business. So, I don't know how much of like a back and forth Bitsy is allowed to have with bugs, but I imagine she can have some sort of interaction with them.
Yeah, for sure.
Not like a summoning thing, because obviously they are her superiors. They are better than her in every possible way. But sometimes they look down upon her with favor. And so she is going to entreat the termites and fleas and little bitey bugs in this tree to go give this vulture guy a hard time. Just, and as you know better than I do what is really going to be like so very helpful in this situation, but like someone up there's just kind of being a bird, just a bird. So if you just have it in your schedule, you could go just be part of that would be very helpful. Thanks so much. Thank you.
I love how bird is like rapidly becoming like a mild slur.
They're a bird. Oh no, did I?
Oh,
why can't we hear you?
I hear, but only through
My
the other
bad.
mic.
Hello.
There we go.
Oh.
I said I made it very clear. It is not all birds that my fuck birds applies to. It is just these birds that my fuck birds applies to.
Just the birds in charge.
Yep.
That's all.
The birds that think they are in charge. They're not really, of course, but they think they are. And they're assholes about it.
Yep.
Like
they
when
were just less dicks, we wouldn't have a problem.
Like when I comedically hate British people, it's really not them. It's just their monarchy. It's fine. British people are okay, even if they are annoying.
I love British people.
Same.
That's because I just get them so much. Yeah.
So anyway, yes, the termites and fleas.
So I'm gonna say that's like for a move. What is that?
So I have one called Hear Me, and when I give an inspiring speech to persuade a crowd in the service of my cause, I can mark exhaustion and roll with charm.
Nice.
Ooh.
Nice.
So I'm not. I feel like that kind of.
Yeah. I think I would say so. I need a list of moves.
I'm gonna have to write down the inventions I come up with, or I'm gonna.
You will, because we will lose track of all of them, and I'm gonna need them. I just want to remember.
So, first roll then, is this powered by the Apocalypse rules where you roll 2d6 and then add?
Yep.
Okay. So I'm gonna roll my 2d6. That's a 7 plus 2 charm, so 9.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Ooh, 9 is good. 9's a good number.
Okay. On a 7 to 9, you must put yourself at the crowd's mercy and lead them directly for them to follow through.
We're getting into it right away.
I can tear down an opposing symbol, overthrow a vulnerable tyrant, destroy the trappings of tradition, elevate someone overlooked, deliver justice to the wicked.
My only thought in you reading those was you literally like climbing up and pulling that vulture out of the window, like just to the ground.
Well, I'm a bat. I can fly up there.
You can.
You totally can fly.
I totally can. So, I think what I'm going to do. So you said they just moved into this area.
It's been
not well
like
established.
Just today or anything, but it's been only a couple of months.
Are so freaking good.
Okay. So I think I want to do something along the lines of tearing down an opposing symbol or destroying the trappings of tradition. Like I feel like maybe they've like carved some symbol of the Eyrie into this tree or something like that.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
I just like fly up, and as I'm sort of speaking to the termites, I'm like, my friends, they have disturbed your home. They have carved their stupid symbols into your sacred tree. And she's like kind of trying to whip them into a frenzy, and then you just see like as she's sort of rising up, these little like holes and stuff in the tree keep kind of rising up with her, and then all the termites sort of like just devour whatever like symbol on the tree in front of the vulture.
And he leans out of the window again and looks over at this, and it's just like, this is outrageous. What's happening? I don't. Like goes back inside, like barely able to like muster a sentence about what's going on, but the crowd below absolutely cheers out. It like stops their marching and like holds up their signs and their stuff, and it's like, yeah, like cheering you on. So I would definitely say mark prestige with the Alliance and notoriety with the Eyrie.
Fair enough. I think really like because Barry only knows how to use her words, that her part in all this is she's going to like kind of like take the part of the scroll, because she has like super long shoulder, a ton of paper, so she rips off the part that she's made fuck birds, and she takes some like stuff out of her bag to make it stick to the tree that they're in, and just post her little fuck bird sign up there, and is like, I can make a new one. That took me all of 5 seconds. I'll make a new one. And it's like underneath it, she writes like, so it says like fuck birds, and she writes eviction notice underneath it.
Damn. Okay.
Is that how you do that? I'm not really good at like the whole. Like I'm getting better at social justice, but like I don't know how to. Is that good? Did I do good?
I can't see what you wrote on there, but I'm sure it's great. You just follow your heart.
Aw, thanks, Bitsy.
Now because I rolled a 9 and I didn't get a 10 or higher, I don't have like full control. Okay, so when it says the crowd, I was kind of assuming the crowd in this particular sense was like the termites, but you could also make a case that the crowd is like the people already picketing. I don't have like full control over them. They still like do whatever. So I don't know, however you want to handle that one as far as like consequences go.
They're pretty fired up. Like seeing that, it's like an immediate escalation of a simple protest. A few of them that are capable, like there aren't really any birds among them, but a few of them that are capable with like claws and such, like foxes, for example, just start climbing up the side of the tree to try to join you. It'll take a moment to get there, and they're not like an army. They'll really do some real harm if they decide to break down a door or something.
So Cricket will have gone around the corner somewhere and started wheeling this like this thing out that's covered in a sheet. She's gonna go, oh my god, guys, I have an invention for this one too. And it's going to essentially be like a big slingshot Um. Oh my goodness. What did I do with it? I wrote it down. What did I do with it? So she's gonna call this the enhanced guidance jumbler. And she's gonna say, like, okay, now not everyone can use this, but people who are smaller, all you do is you just get in there, you scoot yourself all back, and then you just let it go, and it'll take you all the way up to the top. Yeah. So that way, if they're not able to climb up the tree, they can slingshot themselves up the tree.
Fantastic.
So you definitely have to roll to set that up. I forget what it is.
I have.
Yeah, I'm sure you have something.
Yes. Where are you? Where did you go?
Jury rig?
Yes.
Roll with cunning.
Yes. Oh, good. That's a good one. Okay, so that's an 8. Yeah, so it's an 8.
Okay, so
It works once and then breaks. But damn it worked that one time.
Yep.
That was great.
The prototype.
Yep.
So she's gonna make a couple notes. She's gonna say, "Oh, guys, I'm so sorry. I thought it could handle more. I'll work on it. Next strike, you got it."
With that though, with you using it, the squirrel is going to be the first to go in, and
Yes.
she's zealous. She's all about it.
Let's
She's
go.
going to launch herself up, right up to. I mean, it works. You hit, so it works. It gets her right up to the platform of the treehouse, and she'll as she's right at the top of her arc, she'll swing her sword and stick it into the planks, so she stays there and climbs over the little fencing that's on the side of it.
Yes.
I love this little squirrel.
One sec.
She's perfect.
What is the squirrel's name? I feel like this is important.
God.
I feel like this is a new ally.
Her name is Imogene.
Such a good name.
Imogene's such a cute name. I love it. Meanwhile, you just see Barry. Barry has gone to sitting on the ground in the middle of the crowd, so she's surrounded by people, but she's able to kind of bob and weave her head in and out just enough to see what's happening, and she draws a little diagram of Imogen being launched to the platform, and is writing down all the notes with it, because she knows kind of what to do in the situation. So as she's finishing that up and feels like she's caught up in the moment, she's gonna start taking out essentially she's writing up her own little petition at this point, and starting to take it around to people to be she thinks this may be able to get them out by kicking them out. Mallory knows that is not happening, but Barry wouldn't know better.
Look, strongly worded letters get shit done.
And that is the most Barry has ever done in protest to something, is a very strongly worded letter. So that's what she's doing. She's writing her own little letter and getting everybody to sign it.
I love it. I mean, they're all on board. They're all signing it and writing their own little messages on the eviction notice that you put up.
Yeah, she'll literally go up to each person and be like, hi, hello. My name is Barry, and I'm making this petition type of thing. So just if you have the one ideal of fuck birds, then you could sign this for me, and then I'm gonna take it over there, just like slide it under the door because I'm not here. Like I'm not good at physical confrontation. Or if someone else would like to deliver, also fine. But I would like a consensus on like, because it feels like everybody's on the same page, but like it's important to know that and understand. So like, here you go.
I'm just imagining getting a note slid under my door that just says like "fuck you" with like 20 signatures on it. It's like, man, what'd I do?
Yeah, like Cricket's just gonna be there enjoying the show.
I'll say Barry marks prestige with the Alliance too
Nice.
for all this. So there are a couple of them climbing up the side of the tree, and Imogen is up at the top now with her sword because of your little catapult. And Bitsy is up there too. So Imogen is ready to like start. Oh geez, the dog and cat fight. Kiwi, let her be. He's mostly like, I want to play, and she's like, you are entirely too large.
Sounds like our house.
Yeah, it sounds like something that we experience quite a bit.
Yeah. Anyway, as I was saying, yeah, she's ready to start like kicking down the. Like she is, in fact, like rearing up to like kick at the door. It's probably not going to go down with one kick because she's, a squirrel, not known for like incredible kick strength. But we'll see. She's got her sword too. So Bitsy's the one up there. It's up to you if you want to intervene or egg her on. Nope.
I think Jenna is talking to her husband.
That's okay.
Sorry, my brother is asking me questions about renovating the house, which is important. Did somebody say something to me?
Yep. Do you want to intervene? Egg her on.
The squirrel is up there, like ready to start, like getting into their door. She's like rearing back to kick at the door, and you're the only one that's actually up there with her. There are a couple of fox folk along, like on their way up, but they're, if anything, gonna join her.
Gotcha. I am going to encourage and incite as much justice as possible.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So I don't actually know what it would look like role-wise, but I feel like Bitsy, being a bat, uses like echolocation more than her very poor eyesight. So if I can I just like listen? Is the vulture inside like making any noise? Like, do I have an idea of like he's by himself? Or
if you want it, I know that there's not really a help action in this.
There is.
Oh, okay.
It totally is.
I found a name of a fantasy name generator just coming in clutch. If you want to use it, I like to think that maybe she made Bitsy like little earpieces. And she calls them her navigation transmogrifier, and it helps boost your hearing. So it gives you really, really distinct hearing, and it just kind of helps for your navigation.
I love that.
Sweet.
I love it.
Yeah, there's a help. You can, so when you help or interfere with another vagabond specifically, you can mark exhaustion and add +1 or -2 to their roll after they roll. And you can mark exhaustion again to either conceal your help or interference or create an opportunity or an obstacle.
Cool.
Sweet.
Yeah, that sounds great. I absolutely love that. I guess what I'm trying to do is just like set up for Imogen, like kind of a better point of entry, or a better like, oh, he's running away, go that way, or like just kind of set it up so this can like get going.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's
cool.
start a riot.
Let me see. What's the best way to go about that? It's not exactly right. We're learning moves today, folks.
Would that be like a roguish
feat?
Not exactly. Let me see.
One of my moves.
Yeah, so you're trying to figure, like, here inside to see what's up with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I guess really I'm trying to help Imogen and the rest of the foxes climbing.
Yeah.
Would that be like a cunning roll? Or a finesse roll?
I would think cunning or maybe luck.
Oh.
Maybe.
Because I feel like probably, unless she has like a daredevil hearing situation, being able to hear all the other scrabbling and squabbling and stuff might get in the way of it.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of fun if she heard like daredevil.
It would be good. It would be great. Yeah, Trust Fate seems good, so like a luck roll. Yeah. See, yeah, that works. Because it's not really anything else cleanly.
Well, I rolled double 5s and I have a +2 for luck, so that's a 12.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just went full, like I have +2 charm and +2 luck. Like I do one thing and one thing only.
Nice.
That is brilliant. Okay, so where you're sitting, or where you're standing, or I guess flying in the air there, either way, you can clearly hear this vulture inside talking to at least one other person. He says, if you rolled high enough, you can absolutely hear just exactly what he says. Puppy. He says, go inform the Count. We're not ready for this. There aren't enough of us here. Go, we'll try to hold them off and distract them here. Just get down, get out, take the zip line, go. And out the back, you can see, or like, you can't see around the tree necessarily, but like out of the back, you can see a zip line going away, and before long, a little mouse in like a blue cloak will sling its way over to another tree on a zip line.
And she'll just be shouting, "The cowards are trying to flee for help! Get the traitor mouse! The traitor will..." like this.
Get the traitor mouse.
This is like a full-on... Oh, geez. Okay.
Full insurrection. We're here for it.
I don't know if this is how you meant this to start, but
I thought it was a distinct possibility.
We're starting hard with war crimes.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, a couple on the ground will like break away, and they can't get up to the zip line, but they'll chase that mouse, like they'll chase her along the zip line on the ground, going that direction to try to head her off. At this point, let me see. Imogen is like fully ready to kick down this door and is going to do it. She'll kick once, and it kind of bangs off. Her foot kind of bangs off the door. Doesn't seem to do a whole lot. Kick again, and still nothing. About this time, though, the other two foxes have arrived up there. So it's Bitsy, Imogen, and these two foxes who are carrying like clubs. The only one that really has any real weaponry is Imogen. But on her third attempt at a kick, the door will burst open, and two what are they, like blue jay birds in like a light chainmail will come out with spears pointed at her, and one of them just yells, "Stop this at once!"
Cricket's 100% standing down there eating snacks.
Just like, man.
She's used to people getting in scrapes. Like, she's just like, all right, cool, let's see where this one goes.
I would like to try something.
Okay.
Perhaps. I know I'm still down on the ground, but I have confused senses, and I'd like to throw something to see if I can blind one of the blue jays.
Okay.
Jesus.
I think she probably just takes like extra paper out of her bag and like crumples all of it up into a ball. And like really the only goal is to like either like blind them or maybe throw them off balance so they fall. Like literally whatever she could do to help Imogen and Imogen and Bitsy and like everybody else that's gone up there.
Yeah, because Bitsy's kind of implicated at this point too. So.
Yeah,
I can just hand you things if you're looking to throw things.
That's fair.
She'll just start handing you random things out of her belt.
Here's a hammer.
Yeah.
Here's calipers.
Look, if the slingshot had broken, she would 100% have slingshotted her hammer up there to try and knock the door down.
Okay, so I hit a 10 exactly.
Oh, sweet.
So on a 10 or higher, they have to take some time to get their bearings and restore their senses before they are able to act clearly again. On a 7 to 9, you only get a few moments. So
okay.
I have time, and I hit someone successfully.
Oh, man. I just need to be more familiar with moves, which unfortunately will only come with time.
That is okay. We're all learning together. That's what we run here. We run a lot of learning.
Yeah, we're all.
True.
I don't know what's going on either.
We are all good. They won of the campaign, started a riot, made squirrel friends, tamed an army of cats. Mama Cat's keeping track of us.
Mama Cat's taking notes.
Yep. Good, Tiffany's not here. We need someone to take.
Yeah, we need somebody. So that the two birds coming out puts Imogen kind of on the back foot for a second, but with your big paper ball knocking one straight in the head with like an absolute Kobe throw from the ground.
Thank you.
Knocks one off his senses there, and she'll take that opportunity. Let me see here. Is it NPC moves? Is there a special section, or am I just not good at reading? Or both? Let's find out.
Are you looking for damage?
No, I'm looking for specifically attack suddenly and without warning.
My secret personal goal is to be like super wanted everywhere we go.
Fight scenes are on page 216.
Well, that is probably helpful. Let's see. It doesn't have that, but that's okay. I'm just gonna wing it. What she'll do is she's gonna just come at one of them like from a low point and throw them over her shoulder off the side of the tree. And for a second, because he's confused, the bird is like, ah, and starts falling away before he realizes he can just fly back around and back up. But it's still going to take him a second to do that. Yep. So they're down to one there. And the two foxes raise their clubs. Bitsy, do you want to intervene with your own fighting, or are you just going to, because you're up there, you're totally within range.
Tell me about the mouse that's trying to get reinforcements.
It's moving away on a zip line. I don't know if you caught that, because I think you might have been.
Yeah, no, I got that. I just
moving away.
I couldn't remember if any of the foxes were after. Okay, so since there
are a couple that broke away on the ground from like the circle around the tree that are chasing after the mouse. Yeah, on its zip line.
It seems like since Imogen is like really the only one with a weapon and is like already in there with the birds, she's probably going to focus more on the zipline mouse just to make sure that the traitor Scour doesn't get away.
Fair. Okay, so are you going to fly after?
Yes.
because you have that ability. The mouse
I
does
do.
not.
If I see Bitsy taken off, I'm gonna just kind of like, I'm gonna help Barry get all of her stuff back in her bag and be like, "We gotta go," and then start trying to follow.
We're running.
So
follow
I
wherever
want
Bitsy
to
goes.
fly a little bit ahead of the where the mouse is on the zip line, and then like grab with my little feet and hang upside down so that my face will be like right at the mouth and be like, "Where do you think you're going, traitor?"
Oh man. Okay. Are you hanging on the zip line?
Yeah, by my little feet, upside down
Okay.
like that.
So she's carried forward. Um, how are we gonna do that? Let's see.
However you want to do
Look,
it.
if I need to like roll might to see if I get socked in the face or not, so be it, because Bitsy does not think that far in advance about such things. So like whatever happens, happens.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, she looks down to see if she can bail, but it's pretty high up, and there are two already chasing her on the ground. So she declines that and is just like, ah, and moves to, like, not hit you head on, but more like with a shoulder. So let's see. Yeah, you know what? Is it roguish feat? Yeah, that'd be a roguish feat. What do you have for roguish feats?
I have counterfeit and sleight of hand,
Okay, so neither.
which I feel like we all have counterfeit.
We do.
I think we
you all
do.
That's kind of fun.
So yeah, it's gonna be a luck roll to attempt. It's basically trusting fate because it's a roguish feat you don't have. To like dodge out of the way or just avoid getting hit like bodily with the full mass of this mouse.
Well, that is a 7 total.
Okay. Okay, so you dodge out of the way. You manage not to get hit, but she continues on past. Now she's not out of reach. You're right there. Like you're still able to chase her, but she doesn't.
Yeah,
She's
so
not
then,
really
then I
slowed
am.
down.
I'm gonna keep chasing after her. Where do you think you're going? Why do you work for the birds when they obviously suck? What is wrong with you? There's so much better. You can like just
Obviously.
I have a feeling that Cricket would know. If it's in that area, she would probably know where a zip line ends if it's like in their home. So she's gonna be trying to just like not necessarily pay attention to what else is going on, but she's gonna try and just like book it to the end to see if she can maybe like disable it in some way or like just like slow the mouse down.
Just cut the end of the zip line, let the mouse fall to their death.
Look, I thought about it.
That's rough.
I'm not against it. I'm truly not.
That was my first thought.
I'm
yes.
here for chaos and mayhem. I'm.
Hey, if it's what you want to do, I'm here to say yes and.
I don't think she would cut it when they're that far away from the ground, but like she'd think about it.
Yeah. I think there's some part of Bitsy that like that or Barry that's like the first thing she thinks about, and then she's like,
Don't let the intrusive thoughts win.
I think her idea is more like, I don't think I want to be known in history as a murderer. Like, not just murder anyway, not like for no reason. Like, self-defense, sure, but like this just seems like a lot.
So the mouse is gonna yell back at Bitsy like, "Leave me alone! I'm carrying a message of surrender, peace. Leave me alone."
No, you're not. You're absolutely not. Because if you were carrying a message of surrender, you would carry it to me, and you're carrying it away. So that means you're asking for help and power.
I love that Bitsy is now the heir of authority that you would give that to.
She's
like,
the ambassador, obviously.
Obviously, Bitsy is who needs all of the official documents on the fact that we don't want to wage a war.
Well, of course, she is the ambassador for the jeweled monarchy.
That is fair.
Who else would you surrender to other than the rightful leaders? Duh.
Cricket would probably yell while she's running. Wait, who are you surrendering to?
Here, read it. She just like throws it off for Bitsy to catch, and then like tucks herself into the zip line, so she's trying to like make herself more aerodynamic and go faster away. It barely
like,
works.
Fuck it, I'm not delivering shit anymore. Like, this is your all's problem now.
Not my circus, not my monkeys. Bye.
Bye.
And she's thrown away like this little sealed scroll that kind of is like, it's paper. It's not exactly plummeting to the ground. There's plenty of opportunity for Bitsy to catch it if you want. Or you could just let it fall to the ground and have somebody else get it.
Yeah, I
We'll
can always
probably
get it.
let it fall to the ground. She's not gonna really be able to read it super well anyway, because
True.
Fair enough.
So she's more concerned about the reinforcements, because she straight heard the vulture say, like, go get reinforcements, go tell, was it the Duke he said? The Count?
Yep. The Count, yeah.
Count. So she's way more concerned about the mouse. But
oh yeah, she's lying.
Here's what she's going to do instead. She's going to have a thought in the brain cell.
This
happens sometimes. Sometimes it happens. And she is going to feign like letting the mouse get away so that she can track the mouse to where they can then track the mouse to where the Count is. So
brilliant.
At first she's like, you can't fool me with your stupid paper. I don't care about the the paper, that's the most important thing. We should get this paper. I'm going to focus all my attention on the paper here, yes. And we'll like turn around, and then when she gets to the ground where y'all are, she's like, and then we're going to very quietly, we're going to follow the mouse.
Brilliant.
I think Barry's mostly just caught up in this piece of paper that fell to the ground. She's like, I'm going to take that, please. Grab your hands. Fine. I like paper, I like notes, I like historical documenting. This belongs to me now.
So the zip line will take this mouse into another little tree base. Let me see. I think there's specifically a move for tracking. Maybe in the second book I'm looking at right now. Either way, I don't know that you have it though, so
I don't think so.
that's okay. Let's see. What do I want to call that?
Finesse, possibly? Or cunning? Because I'm trying to be tricksy?
Let's call it more like cunning, I think. Well, I'm trying to think. You're trying not to be seen also.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll call it cunning. Or finesse, whatever's higher for you. Why not?
Well, my cunning's a 0 and finesse is a -1, so let's send it.
Those are mine too. I have the pluses.
6 and a 5.
Nice.
That's 11.
Ooh. Very nice. Okay, so you can see her hit this other tree house, disappear inside for a second, and then like open a little hatch on the roof where you can just barely see like mouse eyes and ears poking out, and then close it, waits a few beats, and like throws it open and quickly scrambles out at the top of it into the tree. And from there, she uses much more well hidden, like a rope, like a very simple rope ladder, like 3 ropes, you hold on to the side and hope you're placing your feet right, off into another couple of trees, where she comes down to the ground by just like a little rope pulley and looks around and doesn't see you and starts to kind of walk off. She appears to have every impression that she is not being seen, that she got away clean. basically. The two that broke off from the protest don't see her. They're kind of like sitting there waiting for her to get out of the treehouse. They couldn't, from their angle, they couldn't see where she was at.
I am just going to hang back a little and listen. And possibly, like, wait for them to catch up if necessary.
Okay.
Trying to see if there's...
Barry has walked into at least one tree because she's got this document literally straight in front of her face. But she is, like, she's keeping up. She just keeps hitting things.
What's it say?
Great question. What does it say? My fancy piece of paper.
What is this that you have?
My piece of paper that I picked up off the ground. My scroll.
That scroll. Okay, I thought it was yours. It's a quickly scrabbled message that says, like, riot at the courthouse, send reinforcements, newcomers in town making it worse.
Oh shit.
Oh look, they're writing about us. That's kind of cool. Also, it says that they're going to get reinforcements, and I think that I'm going to go back to my little eviction notice, and it's going to say fuck birds, and then in little letters it's going to say and that one mouse. But yeah, it's going to get really bad.
Oh shit.
Oh no!
Did it happen again?
There we go. Are you good?
What the fuck just happened?
I don't know. Your thing's back in Twitch though, so it's fine. I see your face over here.
The whole computer just like went down.
Well, it went right back up.
That was terrifying.
Yes.
That's brilliant. The mouse is Adam. And that one mouse.
Yes.
I love it.
Then Mouse's name is Adam now.
Canon.
So good.
It's
so good.
Is everyone moving for you guys? Because
yeah, stream looks totally normal
in chat.
Yep.
Okay, because everyone's
like for you, we're all frozen.
Everyone's frozen.
Oh, there's our 2-screener. Okay.
Okay. Well, I guess as long as I'm controlling it, it's fine. I just can't see. No one's moving on the screen for me. That's
weird.
It's fine. We're doing what we're doing.
What is happening tonight?
I don't know.
Just out of curiosity, put your hand on the laptop. Is it hot? Like, is it too hot?
I wouldn't say it's too hot. It's warm. But I've got the fan all the way up.
Okay. Just making sure.
Do we see where Bitsy went?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, she was flying along and took a perch. You can see where she's at for sure.
Okay. So I would probably. Did you share what that thing said out loud?
Yeah, I would.
As we're running. Okay.
Yeah.
That would be the first thing that Cricket would tell Bitsy when she gets up there. She's gonna say, "Oh, so apparently they think we're troublemakers. I just want to let you know that we were mentioned specifically in the scroll, along with needing reinforcements."
But it just says the new people. It's not like it has like our names or anything. Although to be fair, to be historically like, you know, fully on the record, you should have people's names in it. That's why I go around and ask everybody their name.
I mean,
but yeah, like
we're obviously the newest ones here.
I mean, yeah, but they don't have our name. But when I write my version of it, it'll have our name, so it'll be okay.
Maybe don't put our names down.
Well, like this isn't going to be done until like the whole tome for the whole forest is done, and that's like a long time down the line. I can't write everything so fast.
Well, I mean,
right, you're going to want to get the credit for being on the right side of this revolution.
I mean, that's true, but also, we may just want to be careful because if they try and charge us with things and our names are written down saying that we did these things.
I mean,
just
charges them that there's corrupt government. None of their crimes and laws or anything are valid. It doesn't even matter. Now, what's more important is getting to this stupid count.
So you could see the mouse walk off up to the trunk of a particularly large tree, and at some, like between a couple of its big roots, knock at the tree in like a specific pattern, like 3 quick knocks, a short wait, 2 more, a short wait, 3 more, and then a door that you didn't see before just like opens up into the tree, and she comes in. Or she goes in.
Oh, look at that! And she's gonna wait until she's in the tree, and then she's gonna run over and she's gonna try the knock.
See, this is what I'm talking about. If you were like really the true rulers, you know, and you had like a fair and just system, you wouldn't need all this secrecy and hiding, you see, because no one would want to dethrone you and your failure of a rule.
True.
Very true.
So the door opens up, and inside it is a skunk who, like, you know, is opening it up and immediately sees you and is like, oh, and tries to shut it. What do you do?
I'm gonna try and stick my hammer out to catch the door to try and prevent it from closing.
Nice. Let's just see. Let's say roll with might.
I do have improvise
or if there's
as
something
a
that
weapon
works
skill.
Ooh.
I'll call it that. Sure, why not?
Okay. What did you want me to roll?
I would say might, but if that's something different, or no, a hammer, that'd totally be might. Yeah, you're good.
Are you sure it's not finesse? Like I'm trying to finesse it?
Are you
I would accept that because you're trying to do it quickly and get it in the right spot.
Awesome.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, cool.
Plus Ryan for letting us get away with so much.
Ooh, so that's gonna be a 13.
Okay.
I rolled 11 and I have a +2 in finesse. That's why I wanted it.
All right. So you were almost too successful at this.
Oh, hey there, friend. Let's not shut the door just yet, okay?
Yeah, you like push your hammer in like past the right point and just like knock him back off his feet, so he like stumbles inside into the tree.
Well, sorry about that. Sorry.
And inside you can see there's like a staircase carved into the inside of the tree that spirals up.
Oh, that's
neat. I mean, he's back against the wall at this point. You have every way to go in.
I'm sorry, what?
He's like back, you know, off his feet at the moment. So you have every opportunity to just go inside. Like you've completely pushed him away from the door.
I'm gonna pull whatever lever that keeps the door open. And then I'm just gonna start going for the staircase. And she's just gonna be like, this is some amazing work. Wow, guys, good job. As she's like going up the staircase.
Yeah, it's pretty neatly carved. It looks old and well used, but also well taken care of. A little ways up, I don't know, probably a good 20 feet up into this tree. A lot of the trees here are very tall and thick. Think like beech and maple trees. Anyway, a good 20 feet up into this tree, there's another door that opens out into a large tree house that's clearly area pointed. A lot of the, not furniture necessarily, you know, a lot of the like coverings on stuff are like that royal blue of the Erie. And it's a big area with like maps laid out. You can just see there's a balcony on the other side of the room, like a door out to a balcony, and you can see count taking off, or overseeing about 10 other birds taking off to fly, presumably over toward where the riot is at, which probably by now has grown.
As she's going past the maps, she's just gonna yell back, "Oh, Barry, they've got a bunch of maps. I think you'll love those."
Oh, I can have maps. Maps.
And when you say that, this mouse, Adam, turns around, not noticing you were there yet, and it's just like, ah! Pushes itself back into a corner.
Oh, hey, friend.
Like,
Yeah,
I surrendered. I swear.
yeah.
I
You
surrendered.
should just go down.
No.
This doesn't need to get ugly. You you go on home, okay?
And if you're gonna lie to somebody about like what you're gonna go do, you should at least make sure they can't read, because I can read, and I know that you said that we were trouble and that you wanted help for your stupid treehouse thing. So just like pick somebody that can't read next time.
Oh. Is that what it said? I can't read.
Well, then you should get better friends that are honest with you about what it says.
Wait, so your vulture told you to go get reinforcements and tell the Count that you needed help, and you did not think that that's what the paper said? I don't believe you.
I'm not real great at this lying thing. I just don't want to get stuck or poked or.
Why would I do any
home,
of that?
Friends. I don't think this is gonna be the place for you.
Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah, I think you just go home now.
She'll just like back
just,
her way
just
along
keep
the wall.
going.
Like, out
Yep, you just
maybe we
just
think about a new change of life path.
Yeah. Maybe, like, there are lots of careers. I don't understand whether you can read or not. I don't know whether that was a lie. But there are a lot of life paths that you could take. Like, there are lots of careers that you don't need to read for or that you can read for. I'm still very confused. But the point is not this. Just not this. Not this.
So Bitsy is going to fly behind the mouse as she backs up and is going to, like, hang upside down from part of the ceiling and then whisper in her ear right behind her. And you know the ants will tell me if you keep talking to these birds, so I suggest you find a new line of work.
She is clearly terrified by this. Like, the idea of ants spying on her. She's clearly just like, oh, okay, I swear, I won't do it again.
But, like...
And she just backs her way down the stairs.
Even, like, out of this world, could you imagine somebody just whispering to you that the ants will tell me if you,
yeah, that's horrifying.
If you're not doing what you're supposed to? That's fucking terrifying.
Absolutely terrifying.
So, fully aware of this conversation, we can assume as the Count turns around, he's wearing a vest of the Eerie, but his chest is bare. It's big and puffy, and if you've ever seen a goshawk, they're kind of like brown on the back with a, the typical hawk shape, but they at least some of them have this like elaborate, like almost zebra striping across the breast and legs. And he's like puffing his chest out with this striping and says, so I see you've driven away my assistant.
Oh, hey there, friend. We're just trying to de-escalate things a bit. I think they're just getting
I don't know about that.
I technically only assisted someone in being louder.
Yeah.
And getting to the top of a tree.
I can't say anything. I threw something at somebody and they fell off of the platform.
Was just to keep the door open.
You know what would keep the peace better in this area is if you get your stupid feather butt out of here and you let the bugs just do their jobs.
Oh, well, I don't know about bugs, but I mean,
know you don't. You don't know about anything, you dumb bird.
Man.
And Barry takes out the scroll that's specifically for Bitsy and writes, "Get your feather butt out of here." and you don't know anything, you dumb bird. And like in quotations as quotes to include for viewers.
Mama Cat, I had that same thought. In my mind, so is he hot? But like, is he hot?
I mean, he's pretty good looking, sure, if you're into if you're into that sort of thing. Into a nice
Technically,
nice feather coat.
I guess I'm technically a predator in their world.
This could very easily become a game for furries, and I didn't think about that until just now.
No, thank you.
Nothing wrong with it.
Not yucking yums.
But it's not my bag.
Not
if
yucking
that's your
yums.
thing though, and you've decided that you want to play a tabletop game, we recommend Root for all of your needs. There we go.
I've always just been, with the exception of Disney characters, I've always been trepidatious of people in animal costumes. Mostly because they want me to like have some kind of energy and interact with them, and I just don't. I didn't like the Easter Bunny. I don't like mascots.
She does not like mascots. That is very true. She does not.
If they're anywhere near you, they're gonna try and interact with you, and I don't audience participation very well.
No. We have had to walk clear to the other side of an event so we could avoid the mascot.
It's like, no, I'm not doing it.
So is Bitsy trying to actually like persuade him to leave? Because you could do that.
Pull out that charm. You got that good charm.
Do it.
I do.
It is a charm skill.
You got that good.
My charm is +2.
Yeah. Much better than mine is.
Yeah. I think she's probably trying to be a little bit more on the intimidating side rather than the persuasive.
It's kind of the same thing in Root. It's more like promises or threats. So like you can do either way. Functionally, it's sort of the same in terms of moods.
Stupidly well at this role.
Same.
I've been doing well at everything.
He's just like, you're right. I'm gonna go, and it's like, good job, guys. We did it in one episode.
Yep.
We did
it. The whole storyline for the 6-episode arc we're supposed to do the show, done in one episode.
Big bad gone. Persuasive argument.
Done. That's it. We did it. We won.
Yeah. So I think probably it turns into a tirade, and she's just like laying it out about the jeweled monarchy and how great they are and how they take care of the land and actually work with nature and don't, like overtax the ecosystem and yada yada yada. Like she's just this is like a friendship speech from Sailor Moon, like so charm roll, let's do it. I rolled really low.
Oh no.
I rolled a 5 +2 is a 7.
That's still a success, technically.
That's still a success. Yeah, it's still a hit. So
it's a yes but or a yes and.
Yep.
Exactly. He says, "Look, I can tell you're very passionate about this, but we aren't just going to let this place go after spending so much to take it back from the cats. We're the rightful leaders here. You have to understand this. If you want us to leave, maybe you could do something for us. Maybe you could do a little work for me. Make it look like... help the Alliance out. Make it look like they're too big and too strong for us to take on here. And I could make a nice show of surrendering. I know where the chips fall. If they are going to take over, then I'm not going to die about it. I have plans and goals. There's still things for me to do.
Would it help if I put maybe a bunch of fake signatures on this, and I just pull out the petition that I've been having people sign?
That's a start. I think you'll need maybe a little more than a petition.
I mean, I knocked one of your birds off of a platform, and he almost, is that enough for you?
He's a bird. He can fly.
He forgot because he didn't fly. He forgot. I don't know how to break it to you. I've never written anything about a bird that forgot how to fly, but I did witness it with my own eyes.
And friend, if your birds don't remember how to fly, that doesn't bode super well for you guys.
What I'm saying is it'll take more than a couple dozen interlopers to push us out. A nice riot is cute, but it hardly gets us to surrender control. We're not the Erie for nothing. We have a whole history of putting down uprisings among each other as well as these little folks.
Oh, don't worry. I've written about all of them. They're all in my scrolls. I have every single one. Even the ones that didn't go very well for you, by the way. So if you'd like to review your battle plan and like see if you can maybe improve on your failures, I would be happy to give you copies.
Okay, and she's gonna just kind of push Barry out of the way and say, maybe we don't help them re-strategize. That seems a little counterproductive.
And
No matter how many times you've taken over different places, and no matter how in charge you think you are, all the bugs will eat all your dumb little carcasses when you die. So no, I'm not going to help you. But what I am going to do is take you prisoner back to our friends, have it a little revolt, and we're going to deal with the cats just the same way that we deal with you. I don't need to make any sort of deal with you in order to do that.
Well, you surely know that I won't just go quietly. I have a reputation to uphold.
I don't care if you're quiet or not. You can sing songs, you can talk, you can recite poetry. It does not matter to me how loud you are, but you're going to be our prisoner.
I think you know what I mean. And he's going to pull out a couple of knives.
You see her ears kind of like...
Mama cat dude's gonna get himself plucked. I think Cricket will like pop her hammer up on her shoulder and say, I don't think that's a very good idea right now. Maybe we don't.
You've never seen Cricket carve a turkey, have you?
Can't say that I have.
Well, you won't see it when it's you either, because you'll be dead.
She does have a very good point. I did document one time how fast Cricket can do that, and it is alarmingly quick.
Well, we'll just have to see. And he's going to come at you with the knives. Since you have the hammer out, he's going for Cricket.
Okay.
Let's go. I'm here to fight a bird.
Okay.
Fight the birds. Fight the birds. Where did I put it? Here it is.
Made a dumb joke in chat.
Nice.
Honestly, yes.
Oh man, that is atrocious. I love it.
I think that's going to be the next... Yes, that's going to be the next picket sign. The poultryarchy can get plucked.
Yes.
Oh my god, that's so good. All right, so there's not really an initiative order en route. We'll just have to kind of manage it. But he's coming at you with knives. Are you going to do anything in response immediately? He's not right up next to you at first, so you have time before he closes.
What kind of floor are we standing on, or like?
Like a planked wooden floor.
Not what I wanted. I mean, I always have more paper.
I'm going to... I don't know, like take like a defensive stance. Like I'm gonna try and block him.
Okay. There is a move for that. I'm pretty sure. Parry.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, parry will do that.
What does that fall under? Finesse?
That is a finesse roll.
Okay. Yeah. Cool.
And you have to mark exhaustion to do it.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a 9 plus 2. That's an 11.
Sweet.
Okay. So I do exhaustion.
There is a bird catcher that's specifically a weapon. I love it.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't think she's necessarily like trying to attack him. She's more just kind of like deflecting him.
Okay. Did you get your roll?
Oh yeah, it was an 11.
Oh, sweet. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. So wowzers. 10 plus is all 3. So this is a hell of a hammer, apparently. For 1, you don't suffer any harm from his attack.
Nice.
For 2, you inflict, we'll say, exhaustion harm because he's trying to hit hard. But for 3, you disarm your opponent. Their weapon's out of hand but in reach. So he tries to come down at you with these, and you raise your hammer, block both knives, and they like bounce out of his hands because he's not ready for the reverb from hitting the hammer.
Nice.
Can I
That might
grab
be-
those knives? I want the knives.
You can try to, yeah.
Sweet.
Now I will say this. Oh, I didn't inflict an injury. Okay. I was going to say, I have a heavy bludgeon, which I guess that's only technically for attacking.
Okay.
So yeah, never mind. Ignore me.
Let's say roll finesse for that if you're trying to pick up the knives. I'll just roll a finesse too to see if I can get him back. I did it. It's not a good roll for me. That's not good. What did you get?
At 8.
Okay, yeah, you more than doubled what I'd rolled. So
Sweet.
No.
My knives.
you just like jet down to the floor and just whoop.
She literally jets down the floor, grabs both of them, and like rolls to get herself back to her feet. Barry's never done that move in her entire life and doesn't know how she just did it. It is just very confusing for her, but she stands back up at the ready with these knives and kind of just looks him in the eye like, I dare you. I've read your failing battle strategies, my guy. I know why you can't fight really well, so I don't think you should fight me. But if you want, I have knives.
Listen, we don't have to do this, right? I mean, it's like I said, I'm not opposed to being on your side. I just need a little persuasion.
Is
We can
it
make
persuasion
the
enough
that
that
just
I
what's
have
in it for
your
me?
knives? I mean, you can have
Well, I
your
can
knives
just-
back.
All right, I see how this will be then. We don't want to cooperate, and he's just gonna rapidly like run out to the balcony and launch himself out and fly off.
Oh my god, what was the bird's name? Jeremiah!
Jonathan!
Oh no, it was Jonathan. That's what it was. Jonathan!
Jarnathan. J-A-R.
Jonathan.
Jarnathan.
Also, did you know that that was a working costume?
I sure did. I saw the TikTok of it.
So cool.
If you haven't seen the D&D movie yet, I highly recommend.
I haven't.
Go see
I highly
Jarnathan.
recommend it. It was so good.
Go see Jarnathan.
Um,
You deserve it.
It was he was an Aarakocra, and it was so freaking cool.
He
was
got
like an
tossed out a
eagle
window. This is not a
Aarakocra.
spoiler in any way.
So
He
cool.
just goes out of a window. That's all. There is no spoiler attached
Yeah,
to that.
I just
phrase at all.
imagine breaking through a window and just flying away.
That's true.
Oh well, that's too bad. But we got a lot of their maps though, so that's nice.
I have so many maps to look through now, and I have knives. Look at my cool knives.
You do have
Did you
those.
see me? I like dove to the floor and I did this rolling
You
thing.
did. Maybe. What if I hold on to those for you.
I want a weapon though. I just have balls of paper I can throw in people's
but
faces.
you don't have anywhere to
swear.
store them right now.
Well, yeah, I do. I have a bag.
Friends, please, can we focus? We've got a lot of work we can do before they realize that the Count is not in here anymore. We're going to need all the paper you can get, and we're all going to need to practice our Count handwriting.
Oh, I can do that.
So
Yeah.
I just need to look at it once.
propose we do some group counterfeiting and all make up a bunch of notes from the Count to send out to people.
Yes. Yes.
I think
I
that's
love
a
it.
great idea. I'm just wondering how we're going to be able to get them somewhere before he can fly there.
He can't go everywhere at once.
You
True.
can't go everywhere.
That's true.
And if all else fails, then we just carry him with us. And then if we like pass through somewhere and those stupid birds are there, we can like one of us just like acts like we work for them, or like I pay, like we can pay a like
Right, we can give
another
ourselves a rite
person.
of passage.
Yeah, and then we just hand it to him, be like, hey, it's from the Count, and then we explain nothing else.
We could write some notes to the cats. We could write some notes to the denizens. We could write some notes to the other birds. We could write some like it's diary and leave it like under his bed. So when they come looking for him, it will be like, oh, dear diary, I peed on my bed again. I don't know why I keep doing this. And then they'll think that it's bad weather, and then they will laugh at him the next time that they see him.
I think these are all very solid plans. Betsy's, you're really good at this. Okay, I
I
wanna.
feel like I was born to play this character.
Yes, you were.
Okay. So yeah, I guess we'll do a. I
That's
feel like
brilliant.
we should probably let's take this, okay, and let's go back. We can do the handwriting when we go back because we need to let them know that the Count has up and gone in case they're trying to find him, you know?
I will fly back now. I can do that. And then you, because you have all the paper anyway, and then you can stay here and you can write some things.
Yeah.
I
I
back
could
later.
I could I mean, I can write while I walk. Even I'm very used to doing that. A lot of people, when they talk, they like to like walk while they do it, which makes it very difficult for a person my size to record literally anything. But I've gotten really good at it. As long as I can just fit all of the maps in my bag. I think I probably can. How many maps are in here? How many am I trying to steal right now?
So there are several copies because a lot of them are like used for what looks like battle planning. There's a good one of patchwood clearing in detail, and then there's a few of the surrounding area, like of the whole woodland, as the Erie knows about it, like up to date.
Ooh,
as well.
I'll take this one and this one, and as much as it hurts, as much as it hurts my heart a little bit, it may be good of us to just rip up the other copies of what I've got, because they've got a lot of copies of it, and they use it to figure out where they're going to land everybody. And so maybe like
we
if
bring some back
if,
at them to the Alliance.
Yeah, but then we'll rip up the rest. I just think that that maybe they shouldn't have any more copies.
I totally agree. And this makes fantastic compost for the worms, and the bugs and the centipedes will absolutely love your maps. It will be beautiful for them while they eat it.
I am very glad that I can help the bugs. Very glad I can help the bugs.
And they probably also have some other, not just maps, but like other important documents.
I'm taking literally anything I see.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is mine, and this is mine, and this is mine, and this one we'll give to the bugs, and this one is mine, and this one is mine.
I would like to roll. I would like to roll. 'Cause I have a feeling that this is going to be a really good plan. I would like to roll. 'Cause I have a feeling that this is going to be a really good plan. I would like to roll. 'Cause I have a feeling that this is going to be a really good plan. I would like to roll. 'Cause I have a feeling that this is going to be a really good plan. I would like to roll. 'Cause I have a feeling that this is going to be a really good plan. I would like to roll. 'Cause I have a feeling that this is going to be a really good plan. I would like to roll. 'Cause I have a feeling that this is going to be a really good plan. I would like to roll. 'Cause I have a feeling that this is going to be a really good plan. I would like to roll. 'Cause I have a feeling that this is going to be a really good plan. I would like to roll. 'Cause I have a feeling that this is going to be a really good plan. I would like to roll. 'Cause I have a feeling that this is going to be a really good plan. I would like to roll. 'Cause I have a feeling that this is going to be a really good plan. I would like like, I guess D&D equivalent of investigation. I want to use my hearing and just kind of ping around, because we got in here through a secret door, right?
Right.
So I just want to see, are there any other secret passages or like hidden drawers, or, you know, like a door behind a mirror, you know, like that kind of thing? Because I already know that they're
Gotcha.
secret, sneaky.
We'll say, what should that be? I suppose just a cunning?
Sure. I think that is +0. Yes. 7. I keep
rolling pretty hot.
Of things that end up as 7.
Digital dice. I rolled digital dice well like 3 times, and then all of a sudden, I can never roll well with those digital dice ever again.
My dice
Digital
are
dice
packed
hate me.
upstairs somewhere, so.
I hate digital dice.
Same.
Honestly, I have no problem with anyone else using them. I just don't like them myself.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think it would be a little more streamlined with what I'm doing to use digital dice, but like I cannot roll well on digital dice ever.
Can't. I've never seen you roll well on digital dice, and we have played games together for a long time.
Even when I'm just like rolling hit points
right now.
That's true. There were like 4 or 5 weeks in a row that you got the lowest new amount of hit points for leveling up.
I just had to go half each time because I just kept rolling so poorly.
Be like, roll 1d8, 2. Roll 1d8, 1. Roll 1d8, 4. And you're like, that's the best I'm getting. Fun.
It was a bad time.
So with a 7, I would say the choice is clear to you. There's probably more that you can find here in terms of maybe not as much documents, because they've got a lot of that just out in the open, but maybe some other hidden stuff, like stashed away wealth or some other kind of items. But it is going to take a while, and someone might be coming back in the interim. So it's up to you if you want to take that risk and search through stuff, like really spend the time and potentially get someone coming back up on you, or not.
I don't think Bitsy is going to spend the time.
Okay.
But she also offered to fly ahead. So if y'all were going to stay behind and do some counterfeiting and looking around, she would not begrudge you that at all. But she's gonna seize the opportunity.
I think Barry would feel like she needs to stay behind to look through everything.
That's fine. I think Cricket wouldn't want to stay too long, and would be a little more of a push to like try and just shove things in your bag.
That's fair.
And
Barry would probably compromise with that and just keep like a couple in her hands to read on the way.
Yeah.
And stuff everything else in her bag.
Okay.
And take that extra
fair.
stack of maps and keep some for the Woodland Alliance in her bag, and then rip up the rest as we go. So there's like a little trail of ripped up map pieces all the way back.
She's gonna also try and like disable anything that's around, just to give him a hard time.
So that's a specific move that I like,
Yes, it is.
called wreck something.
Yeah.
It's not even a weapon, is it? No, it's not.
I have dismantle.
Okay. That's
I have
probably more
something
specific
called
to your
destroy
thing.
something beautiful.
I saw that. I was like, what is this?
When I wreck a false idol or a symbol of oppression, which I feel like the war room of account of my enemy is definitely a symbol of oppression. Alongside my allies, roll with charm instead of might, and myself and my allies clear all exhaustion even on a miss.
Oh, nice.
Oh, hell yeah.
So even if we don't wreck it to my standards, we still get catharsis out of like basically using it like a rec room.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Nice.
I love it.
So I think that that's what we're doing. I'm going to roll charm for that.
Absolutely.
That is a 10. So we clear all our exhaustion,
Nice.
and we have a great time going at this place like it's the printer from Office Space.
Yeah, this room is just a mess now. It's lucky to have like walls, a ceiling, and a floor when you're done. Everything
We
else is
did
just
it.
bits. And it doesn't take you long enough on a roll like that. It doesn't take you long enough to really have more trouble. So if you're leaving, you have the way out the bottom of the tree, which is still free and clear. The mouse and the skunk, there's no sign of anymore. They have pieced out, and the door is still wide open.
Yeah, I figure we'll let Bitsy take off because she can get there faster than we can.
Yeah.
And then we'll at least make our way far enough away from it that like we're not easily spotted. But we'll take a little bit more time so that Barry can read. Barry can read the letters and stuff.
Cool.
Oh no, now you got me started.
I know, I'm so sorry. My brain
Are you
is
going to go
crashing.
hole up somewhere? Or what's the plan from here?
I think the smartest thing for us to do is to get back to town and see what's going on.
Yeah, I would agree.
Okay. So you're not terribly far away from where the riot happened. Let me see. I just wanna roll something to see what's going on here. Oh yeah. Um, this has attracted the attention of not just the woodland folks, like the people who were helping out with the farming, like the alliance, I should say, but a good number of just the regular denizens in Patchwood as well. So there's probably a crowd of like, I would say like 50 people around this tree at this point of all different kinds. And Imogen is at the top, sword in one hand and bird spear in another hand.
Yeah.
Oh, hey guys, what'd we miss?
She is just shouting out to the crowd about how this is just the first step. We'll take back the entire clearing, and the crowd's putting out a whole cheer. And there are the couple of bird guards that were there, like the blue jays and the vulture that were up at the top, are like tied up, just sitting, kind of like their feet dangling over the edge of the treehouse.
Is she gonna
with her
execute them?
up there speaking? You know?
To execute them. What a question to ask at 11:15 p.m. on a Wednesday.
Look,
is she going to execute?
Think if she chooses that extreme of a measure, that's a beautiful ending note to be like, oh, maybe we did the wrong thing.
No, I think honestly, no matter what happens, I'm pretty sure we did the right thing.
Maybe we helped escalate this too quickly.
Nah.
It is kind of within her nature to do that.
I know. That's why I was concerned.
Look, Barry is sitting there practically vibrating beside you because she is so excited that no matter what happens, she's witnessing real, true history right now. Like, not one of those things that she says will be history, and it's like someone picked strawberries on a Tuesday. It is like real, actual history of whether either they get executed or we're staging the biggest coup of our lives.
The dice have spoken.
Oh no.
She raises up her sword as she speaks. Like as she finishes and comes to a crescendo, and she's like, I say we see if these birds can fly, and kicks the vulture over the edge tied up. He doesn't fly. He in fact hits the ground.
Oh god. Oh. Oh.
Bitsy just oh, that sounded like it was kind of a wet fall.
Oh no.
It was.
How would you put that into like writing? Would you say that's like a squelch?
Maybe
or like
maybe you leave that out. Maybe you just leave that specific description out.
You could just say that the birds have fallen, you know, like that's kind of a poetic way to say it.
I'm gonna write like that. That's a really good idea. I'm gonna write the birds have fallen, and then in parentheses, I'm just gonna write with a splat, so like people understand the context of the falling.
Oh, yes, there you go, because then it makes it a joke. Ah.
Oh goodness. Well,
Sometimes subjects like this need a little levity, just like a little something to
oopsie.
make it easier to swallow.
This escalated really quickly. Well, looks like I'm gonna need stuff from home, and she's gonna go back to her house and load up on uh things she's made. Because I like to think that she has like she's not like a doomsday prepper, but like I think she's like made weapons and things, but like she doesn't actually have a use for them. But she still had the idea, so she's like, "Well, I'm gonna make it," and she just like puts it in like a trunk or two, because she's like, "Oh, I gotta make that thing," and so she puts it away because she doesn't use them.
Fun fact: there are like chests floor to ceiling in in Cricket's house, and there's a whole nother invention that takes them down like a claw machine, so she doesn't have to lift anything herself.
As you make your way home, the scene here has definitely changed quite a bit.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people leaving from the murder rally. Well, okay, maybe not murder exactly. There are better terms for it. But
The
clearly,
political execution.
yeah, that thing. Yeah. That's the one. That's the ticket. There are people leaving, like enthusiastically going quickly home. There's a lot more torchlight here in Patchwood than there normally is. You can see birds up in the higher branches of the trees, but they're clearly like staying as far away from the ground as they can as they start to move around and do their own thing. But a lot of the regular folk here are gearing up for a fight, because the birds aren't out yet, but they're actively in the process of being deposed, and they're gearing up to put a fight back as it kind of heads into nightfall.
I think she's also gonna kind of like secure her house. Because I feel like this is probably not the first time that Cricket's actually seen something like this go down.
Probably
Because
not.
she jumps around so much. So she's like, well, I gotta batten down the hatches. And she's like trying to like secure stuff and like put like board up behind windows and things. So that way, if things get too crazy, like her house stays pretty okay. Um, she's gonna be like, all right, everyone, I've got here we go, and she's just gonna start handing stuff out to people as they walk past her, and she's gonna be like, here, try this, and just like hand things to people. Just divvy out some fun inventions for everybody, because this is gonna go so well.
Very. No chance of terrible things.
No worries. Not at all.
From the tippy toppiest branches where the birds are.
It's gonna be so good.
Yeah.
A little bat flies around, extolling the virtues of the jeweled monarchy. That the bugs take care of our environment and they give us everything we need. They would never do this sort of unjust oppression that these birds have done, and you really deserve everything you're going to get, but it's not too late.
So good.
Barry sitting on the ground, like, is literally, like, has a little drawing of the vulture that hit the ground, like, is writing down all these things, and every once in a while, when somebody from Woodland Alliance passes her, she goes, here's a map, if you would like a map, it's of here, I know that you know here, I'm not giving you a map, so you can navigate. Sorry, I should have started this better. Hi, my name is Barry, and I stole these maps from the bird people, would you like one?
From the bird people.
Sure. Yeah. That's great.
Yep, here you go. Tactical battle maps. I've got a bajillion, so if any of your friends want one, totally cool with me.
And thanks for your help in the fight.
Yeah, you're totally welcome. If you need to know for any reason where their like base camp is, just follow the pieces of ripped up paper from the edge of town all the way on. I got angry and ripped some of them up on the way here, the ones that I knew you all would.
All right, great, sure.
I'm like Like as they walk away, she literally just says to herself, and she's like, "Man, maybe I am good at like tactical strategy. Maybe just like the
Maybe.
stealing stuff part, not the hitting stuff part."
Once she runs out of things to hand out, I think she's gonna probably be like, okay, I'm gonna turn in for a little bit because who knows how crazy it's gonna get. If you guys want, you can come over. You can stay with me.
Oh, sleep is an important thing. Yeah, I should probably do that. Do you maybe have some place by like a window, and then I can just watch the people down here and document until I feel like I can fall asleep?
Oh yeah, sure. And she's gonna like pull a lever and like almost like cat benches by windows is gonna like pop out by one of her windows, but it's slatted though, so that because she put up her protection, so like you can see through the slats, but it's not just like an open window.
That's fine. She'll take it. Okay, well, you two get some very well deserved rest. I'm gonna watch for like 4-ish hours, and then I'll probably hit the hay.
And I think she definitely has like open rafters in her ceiling, so that Bitsy has plenty of places to hang.
Bitsy comes in pretty late, with like sticks in her fur from where she's been up in like the high branches, poking, prodding the birds and like inciting, fear and trembling and extolling the virtues of the jeweled monarchy, of course.
As
so
one
she
should.
comes in late. It's okay. She's totally nocturnal and kind of sleeps in through the morning.
By the time you wake up, Barry is back at the window. She slept maybe 4 hours, and she was like, okay, cool.
When she comes back in, you see that there's like berry juice as like war paint on her face. Like,
yes.
Like the football kind, I guess.
Yep.
I love it.
So
that's fantastic.
I'm gonna Barry will write down like a reminder to go find berries to do that with. But in her mind, instead of like she'll do the 2 stripes or whatever, but then she's also gonna do like strawberries and stuff in her fur. She just thinks it'd be pretty.
I mean, obviously, yes.
Yeah, she just wants to match her bandana. She's like, oh, I could make myself be covered in berry, and I'd match my bandana. That's what I'm gonna do. I'll ask Bitsy where to find stuff. Yep. And she's not taking her eyes off the crowd that's outside of the window. Just talking to herself.
Do we want to wrap it up there for the evening?
Yeah, we can call it there.
Before we go beat up
Before we start more war crimes.
Look.
We'll deal with the aftermath of this.
Yeah, did I think we were walking into war crimes? Not particularly. Am I excited that we walked into war crimes?
But we're here.
If we weren't walking into war crimes, I probably would have made us do that anyway.
That's fair. I fully believe that.
That is true. Also, my internet keeps freaking out, and I'm worried that if we keep going, it's gonna crash, which makes me mad because it's not you. So I don't know what's going on.
Nope, mine's fine. Though there was the other day where mine kept going out, and you said yours was fine.
But yeah, thank you all for joining us for our first episode of Root.
Yes.
Yeah.
This has been a blast so far.
This is gonna be so much chaos.
I'm so excited to incite more war crimes.
Jenna, tell us, who are you? What have you got going on?
Yeah, hi. I'm Jenna. I am a co-founder of Fem Gamer Party, which is another stream here on Twitch, and we just hit 1,000 followers, by the way.
I saw that. So exciting.
Yeah, we did. And we do all sorts of things. I think on Friday you can catch Allie running Ladies of Lake, which Mallory and Kylie are both a part of, which is a Lasers and Liches game, and it's absolutely fantastic. I I'm mostly in the background these days because I just bought a house and I'm renovating it. So like my whole life is just like sheetrock at the moment. But otherwise, I also wrote a game called Siren Squad, which is about rainbow mermaid secret agents who save the day with the power of teamwork and friendship. So if that sounds good, or you like ocean puns or fun little ocean fronts, then you should check out my game on itch. The beta is available now, and whenever I'm done putting my house together, the final will go up on itch too.
It's so good. It's so good. It's so good. Ryan, have you got anything else going on?
Not really. I'm looking forward to doing more of Root. Let's get into it. I'm going to see how badly you guys can fuck up my delicate war map, because right now it's already changing dramatically after one brief session.
I'm here for it. This is absolutely crazy.
I'll be here playing Muppets. Other than that, nope.
Yeah, Muppets!
Mal, who are you? What have you got going on?
Hi, I'm Mallory. Currently, I am obviously doing our 2 shows here. You can also find me with Kylie on Ladies of Lake. I will not be back live until the finale, which is like another few weeks, but everybody else is having their amazing side adventures, which is super fun to watch. You can also find me starting back on the 18th of the month. I'll be back over on Eric Frankhouse Presents for some more Dragonlance. If you have not seen any of the episodes, first of all, I highly recommend. They are all over on YouTube. If you would like the Monday cast, those are the odd numbered episodes, and if you would like the Tuesday cast, we are the even numbered episodes, but we are all playing in the same universe in the same disasters, so highly recommend you watch all of it. And then outside of that, I'm doing some writing and some production for shows we haven't announced yet and things like that. I'm living my best life tied to all of the things. Just all of it. I don't know how to stop.
Yay. And then there's me. Hi, my name's... Oh, I'm clicking the wrong thing. Hi, my name's Kylie. You can find me here on Mondays and Wednesdays. We've got our Muppet campaign on Mondays, which is a good time. And then we've got Root on Wednesdays, obviously. Like Mal said, you can find me over on Femme Gamer Party. Not this Friday, but there is a Ladies of Lake episode this Friday that you should 100% check out. We're all doing our, I think we've deemed them B-sides. So they're little one-shots for each of our characters. And this Friday is Roxy and Zella, which I cannot wait to watch. It's going to be so funny. But mine will be the following week for Cherry's Magic Girl adventure, and I'm so excited. And then Sundays for the next 2 Sundays.
2 more Sundays.
Yes.
I always forget something. Yes, 2 more Sundays.
So for the next 2 Sundays, Mal and I will also be over on Femme Gamer Party with our Thirsty Sword Lesbians one-shots, the Thirsty for Rain charity streams, where all the money raised goes to benefit the Rain charity, which is someone who has dealt with sexual assault and things along those lines. It's a good company, or it's a good charity for a very good cause. So definitely tune in to those. I think that's it.
I think
that's it. But again, thank you all for tuning in tonight. Sorry things got real choppy. I'm gonna have to look at how things are running down here and see if I can maybe figure out how to get an Ethernet cable down here.
It's always a good idea.
Yeah, I just gotta figure out exactly how that's gonna work. But we'll get it figured out. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you all next week.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye.
See you for the Muppets.